Sorry about the loud white noise you hear in the background, yet I'm in a room in Florida that needs both a window air conditioner and a fan running at the same time for it to stay moderately cool with all the lights that are in this office area. So I apologize. Today, I'm going back to whatever's going on in my life, posting some sort of video, sometimes fun, sometimes the stuff I think about, sometimes just the drama that goes on, because apparently I've got nonstop drama in my life. No matter how hard I try, I always have nonstop drama in my life, and I feel like I'm always, like I've got a boot on my neck, and every time I try to get up, it just stomps me down to the ground again. For instance, the Florida unemployment system is broken, and it is meant to make it to where people give up, that they don't get what they're supposed to and they give up. Now, I can't be the only one going through this type of stuff, because I've talked to a couple other people that have had to file for unemployment, and their stories are exactly like mine. I spent 20 plus hours the first time, way over 20 hours, and over 5 days to get an application in through the online service that's supposed to take 30 minutes to an hour. It took me over 5 days, putting in well over 4 hours each day, some in the morning and some late at night, just trying to get this online. It's called iConnect, or connect.florida.com is what it is. And what would happen is I would go to the first page, type in my information, my social security number and my PIN number and all this stuff, and sometimes I would make it a couple of pages in, and each time it would take a minimum of 2 minutes for it to load, and sometimes 5 or 6 minutes for it to load. And most of the time, it would not actually load the page it was supposed to. It would revert me back to the beginning where I had to sign in again. I'm going through that right now again. And this isn't the only way this system is broken. Once again, to say it for like the third time, I spent over 5 days and well over 20 plus hours, more like 25 and maybe even 30 hours. After a while, I quit counting because I was just banging my head against the wall, is what it felt like. Like, it makes you want to commit suicide. It's so horrible. Now, I got denied for benefits from the Florida Unemployment Office. The only reason I'm applying for unemployment is because I'm out of work, out of a 9-to-5 job, cooking because of COVID, because my restaurant is shut down, all except for 6 people they have working all day. Now, normally this restaurant would have 16 to 20 people in a day employed, and now they have 6 people. 1 person cooking and 1 person delivering to the door, each shift for 3 shifts. That's all they have doing. That's all they have working at the store. Now, the federal guidelines for unemployment pretty much said they were going to give you $600 a week on top of whatever you're supposed to get from your state unemployment, as long as you had a job for even 1 day and you're out of work because of COVID-19. Well, that makes it to where I qualify, because I only had this job for about 5 days. I'd hired before that, but I'd only actually physically worked for about 5 days of this job before I got laid off because of COVID-19. Florida unemployment denied me. Now, it took me a week to be able to get back into the system to find out that I'd been denied, and that was after I waited over a week for a response, because they said they'd mail you something in the mail. Never received any mail from the Florida unemployment. Never received a letter saying I was denied. Never received any letter from them at all. So about 15, 16 days in, I finally am able to get into the online service, and I'm able to see that I'm denied. Now, I search everywhere, and in another website, it tells me that I can file an appeal. And I need to file my appeal online. But guess what? There's no link inside of the software to click and appeal. I've spent hours now trying to find how to appeal it inside the software that they tell me it has to be in there for you to appeal. I've spent 4 days. 4 days trying to find this, and there's no place that I can actually file an appeal inside connect.myflorida.com. It doesn't exist. It may have existed at one point in time, but I can't find it now. It's impossible to find. I have not received any benefits from the government in any way yet. I don't expect to tell you the truth. But it gets worse. It gets worse from there. So I find out there's other ways to file an appeal. You can fax them an appeal, or you can mail them an appeal, or you can have a private courier bring an appeal to their office. So I go and pay $20 for a fax service. I pay $20 for a month of this fax service, which I need to go and cancel right now. And I sent fax after fax after fax, and guess what? Every single fax comes back that my fax service cannot connect to their fax machine on their end. So I start to wonder about this, and I call them, and it doesn't sound like a fax machine on the other end. It just sounds like a tone, like a beep, like a loud, long, old school messaging machine. What were the voicemail machines? I forget what the heck they used to call those things. There's a specific name, but it's been so long. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, it had to leave your name after the beep and then be like beep, and this is like that, but it's really long and it repeats. There's like a 2-second pause in between and it repeats. It's not the fax machine sounds I've heard, which is the squelching and the oscillating tones going up and down, and there's a lot of sounds going on inside of the phone. That's not the sounds I've heard. So I believe that their service on their end has something going wrong with it. Now, I spent another 2 days doing this before I finally understood that there's no way this fax is going to go through because their end is broken. So I start trying to contact couriers because at this point I'm 1 day away from not being able to appeal what happened to me. And at this point I also notice that it says if you're going to appeal it, you need to keep filing, or you're not going to get the benefits you were supposed to get even after this appeal if you get approved for this appeal. So I'm supposed to spend weeks every day, or I'm supposed to spend hours every day, 4 to 8 hours every day, basically trying to slog through this ridiculous website that sometimes you get a little bit of progress and then it kicks you back to the beginning. And sometimes you get a little bit of progress and then it kicks you back to the beginning. And sometimes you get to page 7 and then it kicks you back to page 2. And it takes no less than 2 minutes, and sometimes 6 or 7 minutes for it to load the next page. It's the craziest, most futile, most frustrating experience I have had. I can't name anything else that has made me so frustrated and so upset and so tired of having to deal with it. And I really feel like it's not an accident. It's not an accident that when you get to an error page on their website, it tells you to call a phone number to talk to somebody at the offices. And then when you call that phone number at the offices and go through a bunch of prompts and you spend 5 minutes on the phone, it sends you to a voicemail that says, sorry, nobody's answering the phone because of the unusually high volume we have coming in right now. Go to our website and check it out there. It's a circle. It's a circle of frustration where nothing gets fixed, nothing gets solved, and they keep pushing you back and forth from one spot to another. And I've gone through this circle now over and over and over again, hoping to get somebody on the phone, hoping that the website will work. I'm at my wit's end. I really am. Now, I've heard that there's a way to file using just paper and to mail it in. And so I'm going to research that today because I'm going to keep filing. I'd rather send it in as paper now anyways because I'm sick of banging my head against the wall with this bullshit website that doesn't work. This website does not work properly. And at one point I was able to get somebody on the phone at a local office over here, and they told me, oh, you just have to keep trying. You just have to keep trying. And back then they were right because, 25, 26, 27 hours in, I finally made it through the whole process. But now I'm back at the beginning again, where I have to do that whole process again and hope that they're going to accept my appeal, which I'm putting in the mail today, and it's going to be postmarked before the deadline date, but it's not actually going to make it there until 2 days after the deadline date, if anybody's even picking up their mail, because maybe all the people in this office died from COVID-19 at this point. Maybe that's why their fax machine doesn't work. Maybe everybody that works there is just dead. Because I tell you what, man, this system that they have set up, this circular process of pain, makes me want to freaking kill myself. Like, it is ridiculously upsetting. Like, it's insane the amount of pain this is causing. And it can't be just me. Because when I first started this, I ran into 2 other people that were out of work and kept telling me they were having the same problem with the website. Florida is the biggest screwer of poor people. And that's what's going on here. Like, this state absolutely loves to screw poor people. My birthday's in 2 days. I'm dealing with this kind of crap. It makes me feel insane. I feel absolutely nutty. I'm so upset about it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to try again, even though I just spent 10 minutes waiting for a page to load. And that's what it says. Server error. Yeah, of course it is a server error. Because it's not anything I'm doing wrong, that's for sure. Alright, I just closed that whole page. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open another page. I'm going to drag it over here. I'm going to expand it. Whoops. There we go. connect.florida.com. I'm going to click on that one. What? connect.florida.com cannot be found? What do you mean? That's not right. This is insane. Let's go to a different portal. Let's see. Florida unemployment. You can tell I've typed that a lot. U Online State of Florida. Connect.myflorida.com. You see that little spinning over there? How long is that thing going to spin? Mighty a long time, I promise you. We'll see. The page will change when it's done anyways. There's so many other things I could be working on right now. Oh my God, we actually got the opening page. There's the next page. Let's see if, because I have the camera on, it actually works. There's so many other things I could be working on right now, man. I recorded my first interview for my new podcast. I have stones I need to be carving. I need to be bringing some freaking money in, much more than I recently have. I appreciate the people that have purchased some of my stuff recently, but I need more money coming in. Like, it's not enough for me to get off the ground what I want to get off the ground. I need to pay to have a couple of things made for this podcast. I have a couple of ideas that I can't do, and I need to pay a few $100s to have these ideas a reality. I'd like to be cutting more stones faster and getting rough looking much more like windows, but I need to either rebuild a very small lapidary machine I have, or I need to buy a lapidary machine I can't afford. So yeah, I need to do some stuff fast. I'm still having problems here. My elderly aunt has just, I'm the devil now. There's nothing I can do to get back on her good side. Like, something happened, she's decided that I am just a bad person, that no matter how much I do for her, I'm an idiot, and it's just craziness what's going on here, to tell you the truth. There's no changing her mind, apparently. Although I had one of her children basically tell me that she needs somebody to be her friend at the moment and somebody to be her enemy at the moment. When I got here, her husband was her enemy and had been for years, and I was her friend. And now her husband is her friend and I'm her enemy. But that's fine. I mean, as long as their relationship's better, which it's way better, they don't pick on each other anymore. I mean, horribly bad pick on each other. They were the type that were doing stuff just to piss the other one off because it would piss them off. But enough about them. They have the best excuse in the world. They're elderly. See what I'm saying about how long that wheel spins and this window just stays here? And then watch. It's probably going to kick me right back to the beginning, or it's going to kick me out. Insanely frustrating, man. Error. See what I'm saying? Now this is where it's going to tell me to call somebody. Call 1-800-204-2418. And if I call that, it's going to take me 5 minutes to get through the prompts. And then when I get done with the prompts, it's going to tell me, oh, we can't answer your call right now because we have too many people that have calls. And you're just going to have to deal with it online. And that's exactly what it tells me, man. It's horrible. It's horrifyingly bad. File for Florida unemployment. Whoops. Let's do mail-in. Paper application for unemployment in Florida. And that's what we're going to do right here. Because this is the only way to get it filed in reality. And so, this has been a frustrating video, and I hope it didn't frustrate you. I hope you're not dealing with something similar to this. I have some people that are viewers of my show that are, you know, friends of mine now at this point, and we talk every now and then, and they're getting their unemployment from other states. Like, theirs is coming in. One of them gets $200 a week from their state and $600 a week from the federal government. I wouldn't be applying because I would know that I didn't qualify for the state benefits, but I do qualify for the federal government benefits, and the only reason I'm out of work is COVID-19. And so I want the piece of the pie that I was promised, and I don't think that's too much to ask in reality, especially when we have this whole thing going on to where giant corporations that should be in the green, or the black is it called, that have plenty of money are getting tens of millions of dollars, and small businesses and small people are getting squeezed out. It's very upsetting to me. It really is. So I'm going to post this, and I'm going to post more videos about what I have going on, because my channel has not been doing very well just off the live streams. I love my live stream community. I'm still going to continue to do live streams at least once a week at the minimum. Yet I checked out my analytics, and I had this month's check come in, and it's not good. I lost 1/3 of the revenue that was typically coming in when I wasn't making anything else. Although a portion of that can be due to people not advertising because of COVID-19. The advertising monetization might have fallen off. Although I do know this, that most people that watch my live streams don't see any advertisements, so that doesn't really help me right now, because I'm a poor bastard, and that's not changing at the moment. So I love you for watching. Sorry about making a stressful video, although that seems to be the way my life is constantly right now. It's no matter how good I try to do things, it seems like one stressful ball after another. Although I will say that the podcast should be really good. Two of the people I really wanted to interview, I have one set up for next week, and I already got one in the can, but I need to edit some stuff about it, and I have some other things I want to add to the video before it goes up, and before I post for the first time on a podcast service, I want to have at least 3. I was told to have at least 5, but I want to have at least 3 in the can and ready to be posted for the audio versions. That seems like it's picking up and like it's going good, but spending, of course, error printing. Now it says there was an error that it couldn't print everything. Oh my God. What was I talking about? Anyways, I forget where I was at. The error popped up because I'm like, oh God, another problem? It just seems to be the way things are going for me right now, man. I don't get it. I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm doing the best I can, and it's not working out, and I'm wasting time on ramming my head against a brick wall that's not going to go anywhere when I could be spending it in a more productive way. Yet I feel like I have to be doing this stuff. I mean, I need the money, man. Anyways, I love you for watching. Sorry for the stressful video. Thank you for watching this. And next time I do something like this, I'll at least try and make it more comical. But I'm posting this video as the Florida unemployment system is broken. And it's still broken. And it's massively broken. And even their appeals process is broken. I don't know what to do, man. I love you for watching. Bye.